So, good morning. Yes, and as I speak, the microphone is picking up. That's good. A very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining us this morning at the opening of the special show Plastics Shape the Future at K-Fair 2025. Now, this special show is something that is designed and executed between the Messe Düsseldorf and us as Plastics Europe, the European Plastics Producers Association. And the intention of this booth is really to show you how the plastics industry already delivers on the motto of this year's K-Fair: green, smart, responsible. That's how we want the plastics industry to be. That's what's happening already today, and that's where so much more in the pipeline coming up. You will on this booth experience 8 days of an interactive booth, of a very exciting and full stage program where we will on 8 days show you how circularity, climate protection, innovation, the new opportunities brought by digitalization, and also competitiveness are all playing out today in the plastics industry. My name is Bunte. I'm the Managing Director of Plastics Europe Germany, and it's an honor and a pleasure to guide you through this opening session. Before I hand over to our first speaker, I have a little wake-up exercise for you. So I would invite all of you to take a look around you and see what is the closest example of a circular and sustainable plastic that you can spot. All right, I see some people showing their shoes already. That's good. There's already rental models on shoes coming up. Okay. The thing you're riding with, your pen, exactly. All right. And then those of you who may have looked very closely, they may have looked underneath their feet. And they will notice that the stage and also the seats that you're sitting on are made from a material that is a composite of wood and recycled plastics. It is also wood that is being produced in wood manufacturing, so it's a waste wood material. And this has been extruded and built by our partners Novatec and Entex to form the building materials of this booth which you see today, and which will be recycled after K-Fair. So that's just one example that you can discover here on the booth, and I hope it will inspire you to take a further look after this opening session. But now I know you're also all eager to experience what has been developing in terms of innovation and development for plastics materials, plastics conversions, and machinery production. So I will not keep you waiting any longer for our first speaker, which is Mermans, the newly elected president of Plastics Europe. So please join me on the stage, Benny, and give a warm welcome to our first speaker. Benny is the Vice President for Sustainability at Chevron Phillips Chemicals. You have more than 35 years of experience in the chemical industry. Yes, we have looked it up. And you have a strong record in sustainability all along your professional career. And you also took over in a especially challenging time. You took over the role as Plastics Europe president at a time where the plastics industry in Europe is facing some challenges. And I have a statement here from what you want to achieve and how you want to shape our industry as president of Plastics Europe. Okay. Our industry must move beyond dialogue and towards decisive action. The economic pressures facing our members make it clear we cannot afford to wait. The time to act is now. So with this introduction, I'm very much looking forward to your thoughts on Plastics Outlook 2025, how we can ensure Europe's competitiveness in a changing global order. Thank you, Benny.
Thank you, Christina. Okay, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, good morning on my behalf as well. And it's really an honor here to welcome you as President of Plastics Europe, newly elected President of Plastics Europe, at the K-Fair 2025 and at I would say, really a wonderful Plastics Europe booth here. So big congratulations really to the teams putting this together. As Christina already said, this booth is really representative of the pulse of our industry. And it really speaks about innovation meets ambition. And that's where our speech and where I'm going to be talking about mainly. So when I reflect and think back at K-Fair 2022, our plastics industry was at an inflection point of its transition journey. Plastics Europe and its members had just launched the Plastics Transition Roadmap towards circularity and net zero emissions. This was really full with clear and bold ambitions by 2050. Reflecting on today, and I think most of you will realize that as well, our industry in Europe faces really existential challenges. We are witnessing asset closures, strategic reviews, and businesses up for sale. Nearly 40% of our production capacity in Europe is at risk. The majority of European producers are no longer to produce competitively commodity plastics, and even in the specialty sector, we see pressure mounting as well. And I think we all know that the reasons are clear. We are seeing high feedstock costs, we're seeing aging assets, and above all, the combination of European energy prices and carbon cost that weigh heavily on European plastics producers. In 2020, just as a reflection point for everybody, we were still on par with the United States with regards to energy costs. Today, they are 4 times higher. And if we look at our carbon costs, they have tripled since then. Not only that, and I think we all experience that as well, we have a lot of geopolitical tensions as well, from the ongoing conflict that we see in Ukraine to shifting global trade regimes, continue to cast really big clouds over the certainty in our markets. We have increased market volatility, higher production costs and lower margins. These are all undermining our competitiveness and threatening the very viability of our European production. On the global scene as well, we have seen the lack of progress on a global plastics treaty to end plastics pollution, which for us was important as well, because we as European producers need a treaty that stimulates really circularity and that unlocks the value of plastic waste. Many challenges of what I'm just mentioning are unique to Europe, and they require European solutions. Fundamentally, we can clearly state that we must act urgently to restore the conditions for competitiveness. If we fail to act as an industry, more investments, more jobs and innovation will leave Europe. And we will increase our dependency on imports. This will undermine not only our economical base, it will undermine the circular transition and our strategic autonomy. This is the ultimate lose-lose scenario. But there is a positive spin as well. This is not inevitable. These challenges, while they are very daunting, they are not unsurmountable. Let us not forget what has been the core of Europe's success. Europe's success has been driven by technological know-how and really also that collaborative spirit that we all aspire. Plastics Europe members are really committed to the circular economy. They're investing in circular solutions. They're scaling up chemical and mechanical recycling and supporting the transition to climate neutrality. But again, we cannot do this transition alone. The path forward demands urgent and bold action, an action that restores our competitiveness and secures our future. For this, we call on 3 main principles: a policy environment that rewards ambition, a policy environment that rewards courage and that supports industrial resilience. Collaboration throughout the entire value chain is paramount, and a clear recognition that European plastics manufacturing is vital to Europe's future and its industrial base. Across this fair, and I hope you will all have the opportunity to explore, you will find member companies, customers and suppliers who are really pioneering these new recycling technologies. They're investing in circular business models and they're developing products designed for longevity and for reuse. The global order may be shifting, but Europe cannot and must not lose its footing. The moment is now for action. Our failure to do so will be losing our investments, our talents, and our technologies, and ultimately undermining Europe's strategic position and strategic autonomy. We must work together, and this is really my call, as an industry, as policymakers, as partners, and as society to create really the conditions for success. Let me now pass it on to Virginia Janssens, who is the Managing Director of Plastics Europe, to share how Plastics Europe is really mobilizing our sector, our partners, and our vision for a sustainable and a competitive future. Thank you. All good.
Much Benny, for this really impressive combination of some startling messages for the industry, but also a great outlook on how to stay resilient and how to still look forward in times of challenge. Now, Virginia, the floor, Benny already announced you, and you have been, as the managing director of Plastics Europe, instrumental in really defining our common North Star for the European plastics industry, one that builds on climate neutrality and circularity. And you have really united the members behind this common path. But you made it always clear it depends on certain conditions.
Yeah.
And with these conditions, it's these conditions you are going to speak about in your presentation now, and I look forward to your words on your plastics and your policy leadership in a time of transition. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. And success, it's a team effort. So thank you for the introduction. Thank you, Benny. Ladies and gentlemen, industry leaders, partners, change makers, members of the media, it is a true honor to see you all at K-Fair, a place that brings together the world's plastics industry here at the heart of Europe. As Managing Director of Plastics Europe, I stand before you representing an industry responsible for 90% of the polymer production across the continent. A sector that is essential to Europe's competitiveness, supplying automotive, renewables, batteries, healthcare, packaging, the list goes on. But more than that, we are a critical player in Europe's transition to a circular and net zero circular economy. And today, yes, as we heard from our president, Benny, I also speak on behalf of an industry in Europe under severe pressure. And let us be clear, we are facing tough times. And we need to be vocal, not cynical about it. Plastics production in Europe is in decline. Businesses are closing, and we are losing jobs. Globally, plastic production is growing, with Europe depending increasingly on imports, which makes us vulnerable, especially in today's world. We will share the latest figures on the state of play of Europe's plastics industry at our press conference at 1 p.m. today, so do join us. But I know that I also stand here today on behalf of a sector that is eager to lead. We are here to take action. We are here because I believe we have everything it takes to turn the tide. It's a choice, and we can choose to do this together and act as a team with shared accountability. Policymakers, business leaders, our engineers and researchers, value chain partners, consumers, NGOs, the media. Let's use this week at K-Fair to connect, to rebuild our confidence, and take the next steps together as bold leaders who have the courage to lead the way. Because at Plastics Europe, we have a clear vision by 2050. A Europe that uses 65% circular plastics. A Europe with net zero emissions plastic system. A Europe with strategic autonomy, including production using plastic waste as our local feedstock here at home. Supplying our electronics, housing, renewable energy, defense, and many more critical sectors in Europe. If you believe in such a Europe, we have the solutions. And we are today inviting you to join us on the path. And with this, I am excited to hear from our industry leaders and experts at our panel debates today, how they are moving forwards in this time of transition. Please, again, here, join us for those panels. And finally, I want to thank all of you who lead the way with your creativity, your collaboration, your investments, your can-do attitude, your energy, and above all, your courage. Let's reverse the trend and write the next chapter together, enabling a sustainable future in Europe. K-Fair is the perfect place for that. Let's keep going with purpose and perseverance. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Virginia. All right. With this, I would like to invite the next three speakers to our stage. That's Marius Berlemann, Chief Operating Officer of the Messe Düsseldorf, Ralf Düssel, President of Plastics Europe Germany and Senior Vice President and Head of Sustainability at Evonik, and Ulrich Reifenhäuser, who is not only the Managing Partner and Chief Sales Officer at the Reifenhäuser Group, but also the Chairman of the K Exhibitor Advisory Board. So, with great pleasure, I would like you to join me. And you have a very important task coming up in a minute, so in order to allow you to do this, I would ask you to join us here on the table already. And I would like to give the floor, first of all, to you, Marius. You have a long experience in trade fair organization. You have been more than 13 years, you have been organizing fairs in Asia, but now you returned in this year back to Germany. Fantastic start, right, with the K Fair coming up.
Absolutely.
And you said yesterday that actually even with the K Fair, it's among all those fairs that you have been organizing, it's a special one because of its dimensions, but also the level of innovation. So I would like to know from you, does the Fair Düsseldorf invest in the special show, Plastic Shapes the Future, at the special fair, the K Show? Please.
Absolutely. Christine, thank you very much, and you are absolutely correct. K is a very, very special exhibition for us. I don't know who of you has been in our entrance north, for example, 45 minutes ago. I was standing there, and you see the crowds of people coming in, people from all over the world, and you feel that K is so special because people from all over the world are meeting. And on this behalf, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Messe Düsseldorf, on behalf of Thomas Franken, the director of K, and the entire K team, it is a great pleasure to welcome each and everyone here today at the opening of K. That's a fantastic event. For what is K for us? You know, as I said yesterday, K is bringing together 3,200 exhibitors. All key industry players are represented here in Düsseldorf and showing their solutions, their products over the next 8 days. And there will be meeting some 170,000 visitors coming from 170 nations, so it's truly international. But for us, and this is very important, K is more than just a trade show. I believe that here at K, the future, we discuss about the future, we talk about the future, but more importantly, we define the future here for the plastic and rubber industry. And I feel that this special show we are here at now really is the heartbeat for it. It is the heartbeat that really defines all together as an industry, defining the future of the industry, and this is very special. For us, this cooperation with Plastic Europe is very important, and thank you very much for this super cooperation. We have been working together since 1992, and yet another successful edition is coming up. Christine, thank you very much to you and your excellent team for this wonderful cooperation, and we are looking forward to 8 days fully packed with excellent events here.
Well, thank you very much. In German, we would say thank you for the Vorschusslorbeeren. No, and with this, I would also like to hand over to Ralf Düssel. As the President of Plastics Europe Germany, you have been involved in the design of the show since the very beginning. What is it that you are looking forward to in the next 8 days here on the special show, Plastic Shapes the Future?
Yeah, welcome. We all talk about transformation. It's a huge word. But I think here at the K show and at this specific booth here at our special show, Plastic Shapes the Future, you can see the transformation. You can see exhibits over there. We will have during the week here discussions. So for me, it's really bringing this transformation to life. And like Marius said, it's 8 days. And it's 8 days of intense discussions. And we designed those 8 days. There will be always something going on here. We will have Power of Plastics on Wednesday. We will have Circular Thursday here. And also the Career Sunday. So I really urge you to come here, see what's going on, to involve into the discussions. And we will have experts from industry, from politics, from science, from NGOs. So really, we are open to all those discussions. We want to transform. We want to bring this forward. So please join us here. I wish us all a positive K-show, and let's transform together.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ralf. Now with this, Ulrich Reifenhäuser, you are, of course, involved in a company that is really instrumental in making machinery work and getting machines to work. And I think you have one of the most complex and difficult machines to get to work now in your on our stage here, with the famous red buzzer that announces the official opening. But first of all, please also give a few thoughts of your own.
Yeah. What can I say? It's K time, and I love it. I love it. All 3 years, K in Düsseldorf is the hotspot of the world of plastics. And you will find innovations, you will find developments, smart ideas, and don't forget the networking on this show. So what can we do? Let's press the buzzer, and let's get this thing started.
Please go ahead. All right.
Gehen Sie in die Mitte, Sie sind der Gastgeber.
Und
Do you need a countdown? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Jawohl.
Perfekt.
So lange habe ich auch noch keine.
Well done.
Das war spannend.
Klasse.
Let's not put here. Stay on stage until the video is off. You can enjoy it to its end, huh? Yes, wonderful. Now, thank you all. Thanks to all speakers. And who is not excited to get started now here at K and at the special show? Thank you, and have a wonderful K fair to all of you.
Thank you.